the more traditional Jews in the city were outraged.
That's why they had that hatred for the Israelite Gentiles. Because they saw them doing back there in Jerusalem, they were walking around butt naked, man.
That's perfect.
This is going deep.
Who the hell is wrong with these guys?
Right there, brother. Yeah,
you
right?
dug deeper than
You dug deep. I think that's pretty much the point. If you want me to read more, I'll just read on.
That's
I just
good enough.
underlined
That's
that.
good enough, man.
You know,
that's great. That's right on time.
That's great.
That's right on time. You go ahead. Go ahead.
Isaiah 65:1. I am sought of them that ask not for me. I am found of them that sought me not. I said, behold me unto a nation that was not called by my name.
That's talking about the Israelite foreigners, the Gentiles.
Right. It says that right here. I don't know if you can get that, brother, in the Red Bible. It says, what does it say there? The calling of the Gentiles.
And the word Gentile, you got to understand the scriptures, and the Spirit got to be working with you.
Right.
Some places it says Gentile and it's talking about Edomites.
Right.
Other places it's talking about the other nations.
Yeah.
Other places it's talking about what they call Gavin, Japheth, the sons of Japheth. All right. And then some places it's talking about Israelites and Gentile state of mind.
That's it.
Because the word Gentile, look it up. It means foreigner, gentilis, which means foreigner. So them Israelites that left Jerusalem and went to other lands, they were called Gentiles because they were foreign.
Right.
Go ahead.
Second verse. I have spread out my hands all day unto a rebellious people, which walketh in a way that was not good, after their own thoughts. Third verse. A people that provoketh me to anger continually to my face, that sacrificeth in gardens and burned incense upon altars of brick, which remain among the graves and lodge in the monuments, which eats swine.
Lodge in the monument is talking about the modern day church, all right, because they were doing it out in the woods.
Right.
They would sneak up into the woods. So the church, like we say every once in a while, when you go into these buildings that were built up to be a church, you have the ceilings. It looks like it has like a like an arch, and it goes this way and it crosses that way. That's supposed to represent trees. You know how you go into a forest and you see the trees cross each other? That's the grove. So that's what they did. So in the modern world, they made churches. So when you go to these churches, really you're going out to the forest, to the grove. Go ahead.
The fourth verse, Isaiah the 65th chapter, which remain among the graves.
Yeah, anytime you go to them churches, you remain among the graves. Go ahead. That's the house of the dead. Go ahead.
And lodge in the monuments, which eat swine's flesh.
Which eat, and them people, them southern people in the church, they love, it's a religious thing to eat pork, to eat catfish, to have Friday fish fry, and the main fish is catfish. All right? Go ahead.
Which eat swine's flesh and broth of abominable things in their vessels.
They like to go to Red Lobster.
Wow, that scripture, the vessel was let down with the sheet. Yeah.
So when the Most High said rise and eat,
Right.
he was saying that to get them ready because you're going to run into these Israelites in a Gentile state of mind.
Right.
That's going to be dressed like Greeks and Romans. They're not going to have a beard on their face, but they're going to be black men, right? And they're going to be eating pork, and they're going to be uncircumcised, and you got to get them out of that. Because after he reads this, we're going to go back to the account of Timothy, and it said how Paul had to have them circumcised.
Yeah.
All right? Yeah. Go ahead. And then you had Israelite, a woman who married Israelites that was in the Greek philosophy because they loved that man, but they stayed with their religion. The woman, like Timothy's mother, she was a woman that was a Jew that followed the Most High.
Right.
But her husband was an Israelite that followed the ways of the Greeks. She didn't marry no cracker.
Right.
All right? Go ahead.
Which remaineth among the graves and lodge in the...
She's keeping the law. I'm sorry, she's keeping the law.
And the father wasn't keeping the law.
Right, how the hell is she gonna marry a goddamn cracker? She's continuing in the law, statutes, and commandments of the scriptures.
Right.
Yeah, she wouldn't marry nobody outside of her nation. Go ahead.
Which remaineth among the graves and lodge in the monuments,
But
which eat swine.
Technically he did.
Say again?
Technically he did.
Who's that?
Because I'm talking about the. Well, he was a black man. He adapted the custom of other nations,
Yeah, but he was still an Israelite.
But that's what we unequally yoked. I guess, you know.
Right, but no, of course. But you know what? She didn't marry it. The point is, she didn't marry an Edomite.
Right.
She married an Israelite.
Right.
But this Israelite was acting like my wife.
Yeah.
She's a heathen.
Right.
But she's an Israelite.
Right.
All right? All these brothers here that got women,
Yeah.
their women are all heathens. Your woman is a heathen, brother. One woman eats pork, brother.
Case in point,
All right?
Abraham's father.
She believes in Christmas and all that other
Oh,
shit,
God.
man.
Abraham's father.
I feel sorry for your priest. What you had to deal with her.
But you know what,
you
brother?
got to deal
But
with
you
her,
know what? She don't
You
give
got-
me that much of a hard time. Now you have some women in the truth that claim to be all righteous, and they're worse. They're worse
Well,
than
they're the worst
anything out
kind,
there,
man. They're the worst ones.
Some ones that say, "Yes, my Lord," you gotta watch them.
Oh, man, they're
All right?
full of shit.
They're full of shit.